Statement from Fresno State came out today, but you've been digging into these allegations since last week. What have you learned?
Well, on Valentine's Day, we were tipped off about a source about the investigation into gambling allegations. At the time, just one former player, Michael Robinson, was mentioned. That's now expanded to 3, with Zayon Collins and Jalen Weaver suspended just 30 minutes before today's game. Action News has learned that 2 of those 3 players, Zayon and Michael Robinson, were gambling on Bulldog basketball prop bets, betting the unders on both points and rebounds. That leaves open the potential that they may have been tainting the results of a game for their financial benefit. The other player, Jalen Weaver, was allegedly betting on professional sports. The source tells us head coach Vance Wahlberg was the one who discovered the gambling was taking place. He went to Fresno State's administration, which got the NCAA involved.
You know, as Vince mentioned there, this on the heels of that historic loss. Also, Collins was involved in some controversy when he first joined the team.
Yeah, when he first came here, we talked to him in an exclusive interview in September. He was accused of felony reckless driving, pled guilty in 2023, spent nearly 60 days in jail. And now here he was coming for a second chance, and it looks like that redemption story is now just mired in more controversy.
Let's get right over to sports anchor Alec Nolan, who's been working on this story since last week with a new development just in tonight. Alec.
Yeah, just a few hours ago, we told you about the 3 players involved in that gambling investigation. We have now learned that one of those players, Jalen Weaver, will not be returning to the program. An hour before today's game in Colorado Springs, we were told that both Zayon Collins and Weaver were suspended, but Collins traveled with the team while Weaver did not. Fresno State men's basketball on the road in Colorado Springs, another historical loss for arguably the worst season in their nearly 60-year history, with a 72-69 loss in OT. It marks the Dogs' 10th straight loss, a new program record, falling to 5-23 on the year, 1-16 in the Mountain West, giving Air Force its first conference win of the season. Less than an hour before that game started, the floodgates opened on a gambling investigation into the men's basketball program. We learned the Dogs would be without 2 of their top scorers in Jalen Weaver and Zayon Collins. The school saying it was eligibility issues, but we now know those suspensions, of course, relate to betting allegations. Collins came to Fresno State looking for a second chance this offseason. In 2023, he pled guilty to felony reckless driving that resulted in the death of 52-year-old Eric Echevarria. Collins was sentenced to 90 days in jail as part of the plea, but was released after just 56 days. Back in September, sports director Stephen Hicks sat down with the point guard in an Action News exclusive interview.
What have you learned since that night?
I learned a lot. I learned how to mature more. I got closer with God during that time as well. Yet again, I send my apologies out again to the other families that was involved. Many people don't get the second chance, but I'm very blessed and grateful for this opportunity.
Collins also mentioned wanting to share his story with teens through a youth program as a way to make smarter decisions in life. The team's leading scorer, Jalen Weaver, a part of that suspension with Collins earlier today. He did not make the trip to Colorado Springs, but Collins did. It looks like he's the only one that's going to stay. A third and now former Bulldog, Michael Robinson, also under investigation. He's been out since January. The loss of Weaver, Collins, and Robinson now adds more depth issues for first-year head coach Vance Wahlberg, with just 7 players suited up in today's OT loss to Air Force. With a dark cloud over that program, there's also the gambling allegations. New historical lows for the program after today's OT loss. It marks their 10th loss in a row. New program record, 23rd loss overall. New program record, 16th conference loss. New program record. We'll continue to update you on the gambling investigation, of course, as we learn more.